Rome, 2025. Headlines scream, Italy on the brink. Will Rome's debt sink the euro? Financial news tickers flash red. The spread between Italian and German bonds widens, a number that keeps Europe's leaders awake at night. It's a measure of fear, a signal that confidence in Italy's ability to manage its colossal public debt is fading. On the streets, anxiety is everywhere. Shopkeepers worry about rent. Young graduates wonder if they'll ever find a job that matches their skills. Families struggle with rising prices. This isn't a sudden crash, it's a slow, grinding decline, decades in the making. Italy is a paradox, a G7 nation with world-class brands and millions of tourists, yet also Europe's chronic patient. For over 20 years, its economy has barely grown. Youth unemployment is stubbornly high. Public debt is a ticking time bomb at the heart of the Eurozone. The world is watching. Europe is holding its breath. Can Italy be saved, or is it destined for a slow, painful decline? Tonight, we search for the truth behind the headlines. We'll travel from the industrial north to the struggling south, speaking to economists, politicians, and ordinary Italians. This is more than numbers and charts. It's about a nation's identity and the future of a generation. The stakes could not be higher. What happens in Italy does not stay in Italy. Its fate is deeply intertwined with Europe and the global economy. The tension is palpable not just in the halls of power, but in daily life. Italy's story is one of lost opportunities and political paralysis. The dream has faded, but the world is still watching. The question remains, can Italy change course? The answer will shape not just Italy, but the future of Europe. The crisis is real, and the clock is ticking. Italy stands at a crossroads. The next chapter begins now. It wasn't always this way. To understand today's crisis, we must look back at Italy's post-war miracle. In the 1950s and 60s, Italy rose from the ashes of World War II with breathtaking speed. Factories in the north churned out cars and appliances. Italian design and fashion became global icons. The Vespa scooter symbolized freedom and modern life. Hope was everywhere. Millions moved from the rural south to the industrial north, seeking a better life. For the first time, families could afford cars, televisions, and holidays. Highways like the Autostrada del Sole connected the country, symbolizing unity and prosperity. Italy reinvented itself, becoming a founding member of the European Union. The economic miracle created a powerful national narrative, resilience, creativity, and the art of getting by. The world admired Italy's rapid growth and optimism, but somewhere, the engine sputtered. The momentum was lost. The optimism of the boom years faded, replaced by stagnation and decline. La Crisi, the vibrant, fast-growing Italy of the 20th century, stumbled into the 21st and seemed to forget how to grow. The contrast between the boom and today is stark. The dream of endless progress has faded. Now, Italy is a giant struggling to get back on its feet. The miracle is a distant memory. Economic stagnation isn't just a statistic, it's a daily reality. Small business owners in Naples struggle as customers spend less. Factory workers in Milan fear for their jobs. The economic pie isn't growing, so everyone fights for a smaller slice. Social tension and pessimism rise. For young people, the impact is devastating. Italy's youth unemployment is among the highest in the developed world. Many are trapped in temporary jobs, unpaid internships, or low-wage work unrelated to their studies. A generation in waiting, unable to plan for the future, buy a home, or start a family. Businesses suffer too. The lack of growth makes it hard to invest or innovate. Bureaucracy, complex taxes, and a slow legal system stifle entrepreneurship. Productivity remains low, wages stagnate, and good jobs are scarce. The gap between generations and regions widens. The North prospers, the South lags behind. Stagnation breeds resentment and fuels populist politics. The shadow of stagnation touches every part of Italian life. One of the most tragic consequences of stagnation is the fuga dei cervelli, Italy's brain drain. Every year, tens of thousands of talented young Italians leave for opportunities abroad. They're not leaving out of choice, but necessity. Italy offers them little future. Doctors, engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs, educated at Italy's expense, find better prospects in Germany, the UK, or the US. It's a silent exodus, robbing Italy of its future. Each departure is a loss of skills, energy, and future tax contributions. The state invests in their education, but other countries reap the benefits. The result, an older, less skilled workforce, and even fewer opportunities for those who remain. The cycle is vicious. Lack of opportunity drives talent away, and the loss of talent makes recovery harder. Families are separated. Young Italians feel like exiles from their own culture. Many dream of returning, but know it's unlikely unless things change. The brain drain is more than economic. It's a national tragedy. It's a quiet crisis that speaks volumes about Italy's challenges. The numbers are stark. While other European economies have moved forward, Italy has stood still, or slipped backward. Since the euro's introduction in 1999, Italy is the only Eurozone country where real GDP per capita has fallen. Germans and French have grown richer. Italians, poorer. Wages have stagnated for decades. In Germany, real wages grew by a third. In Italy, they fell. The average Italian worker's paycheck buys less every year. Families feel squeezed, young people can't afford to leave home, and economic insecurity is everywhere. In the 1990s, Italy was a manufacturing giant, often compared to Germany. Today, that comparison seems absurd. Germany reformed and thrived. Spain, once poorer, has sometimes overtaken Italy. Italy is stuck in a low-growth trap. The euro is part of the story. Some blame the strong currency. Others blame Italy's failure to reform. Whatever the cause, the result is clear. 2 lost decades. Italy has fallen from Europe's front ranks to the back. At the heart of Italy's stagnation is low productivity. Productivity growth has been near zero for over 20 years. Wages stagnate. The economy stalls. Why? Italy's economy is dominated by small, often family-owned firms. These firms lack the scale to invest in research or new technology, making it hard to compete globally. Unlike Germany's powerful medium-sized companies, Italy's micro-enterprises drag down overall productivity. Bureaucracy is another massive obstacle. Starting a business, or paying taxes, is a nightmare. Red tape suffocates entrepreneurship and discourages investment. The deep north-south divide makes things worse. The South lags far behind, plagued by unemployment and organized crime. Billions in development funds have had little effect. This internal division drags down the whole country's growth. Beyond economics, Italy faces a demographic collapse. Birth rates are among the world's lowest. The population is aging and shrinking. Fewer young people enter the workforce, creating labor shortages and straining pensions and healthcare. The government spends more on the elderly, leaving less for education and innovation. The reasons are complex: economic insecurity, unstable jobs, and lack of support for families. Many young Italians feel they can't afford children. The brain drain worsens the problem as the young and educated leave. The result, a nation of empty towns and growing anxiety about the future. Immigration could help, but it's politically contentious. Without change, Italy faces a slow-motion demographic implosion. Towering over all is Italy's colossal public debt, over 140% of GDP, more than $2.8 trillion. The debt mountain began in the 1980s, fueled by irresponsible spending and political instability. Decades of living beyond its means now constrain every choice. Huge sums go to interest payments, leaving little for investment or tax cuts. The debt is a dead weight, limiting the government's ability to respond to crises or stimulate growth. As a Eurozone member, Italy can't devalue its currency or inflate away its debt, and any sign of trouble spooks investors, raising borrowing costs and risking a financial crisis. Italy's debt is not just a national problem, it's a European one. A default would threaten the entire Eurozone. The mountain of debt chains Italy to its past and limits its future. Italy stands at a crossroads. The challenges are immense, but hope remains. Successive governments have tried to reform, liberalizing labor, simplifying bureaucracy, reforming justice, but progress is slow and often reversed. Political instability and vested interests resist change. Now, the EU's post-pandemic recovery fund offers a lifeline, over $200 billion tied to strict reforms. It's a once-in-a-generation chance to modernize Italy. Digitalization, green transition, better public administration. But the risks are real. Political will is fragile, and populist forces threaten to derail progress. The bureaucracy that stifled growth must now spend billions efficiently. If Italy fails, it risks decades more of stagnation and decline. A tragedy for Italians and a threat to Europe. But if Italy can unite and reform, it still has strengths: manufacturing, creativity, culture, and resilience. The choice is stark managed decline, or a bold leap toward a new economic miracle. The future of Italy, and perhaps Europe, hangs in the balance. The world is watching. The time to act is now.